Make yourself your priority. Let me tell you something. Nobody is coming to save you. No one cares how tired you are, how bad your day was, or how much you've been through. You can sit around feeling sorry for yourself, or you can get up and become a savage people love to give. They'll give their time, their energy, their effort to jobs that don't appreciate them, to people who don't respect them, to situations that drain them, but they don't give to themselves. And then they wonder why they feel empty, why they feel lost, why they feel like they're drowning in their own life. Let me tell you something. If you don't make yourself a priority, you'll never become the person you're meant to be. That's the truth. I don't care where you came from, how bad your childhood was, how tough life has been for you. That's just your starting point. The question is, what are you going to do now? Because the world doesn't owe you a damn thing. If you want something, you have to take it. Some of you are waiting for motivation. Motivation is garbage. It's there one day, gone the next. You can't rely on motivation. What you need is discipline. You need to wake up every day and put in the work, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. You say you want to be strong, successful, unstoppable, then stop being soft. Stop making excuses. Stop letting the world walk all over you. It's time to prioritize you. That means saying no when you need to. That means cutting out toxic people. That means doing what's best for you, even when it's hard, even when people don't understand. And let me be clear, this isn't about being selfish. It's about survival. It's about being the best version of yourself so you can show up for the people who actually matter. You can't pour from an empty cup. So from this moment on, stop waiting, stop whining, and start grinding. Your future self is counting on you. Make yourself your priority. Now get out there and get it done. No excuses, no shortcuts, no mercy. No one's coming to save you. Let me make this real simple for you. Nobody is coming. Nobody's going to knock on your door and drag you out of bed. Nobody's going to sit you down and fix your problems. Nobody's going to reach into your soul and pull out the best version of you. That's on you. See, people love to wait. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right people to help them. But guess what? The right time doesn't exist. The world doesn't care if you're tired, if you're hurting, if you feel lost. Life keeps moving with or without you. And if you're sitting around waiting for some miracle to show up, you're already losing. You've got to understand something. This is your fight. No one else is going to do it for you. Not your mom, not your friends, not your boss, not your coach. It's you versus you. And the only way you win is if you step up and take control of your life. Most people don't want to hear this. They want a way out. They want someone to tell them it's okay to stay where they are. But it's not okay. Every single day you waste waiting for someone to help you is another day you could have spent building yourself into something unstoppable. And I get it. Life can be brutal. Maybe you've been dealt a bad hand. Maybe you've been through things no one else understands. But guess what? That's not an excuse. That's your fuel. That's your story. And only you get to decide how it ends. You've got two choices. Keep waiting or start working. Because the truth is, no one is coming to pick you up. You've got to pick yourself up. Self-discipline over motivation. Let's get something straight. Motivation is weak. It's soft. It's that little rush you get after watching an inspirational video or hearing some feel-good speech. It makes you feel like you're ready to take on the world until reality smacks you in the face. Motivation is a spark, but sparks burn out. Discipline is the fire that never dies. You think the top athletes, the most successful people, the hardest workers in the world wake up every day feeling motivated? Hell no. They wake up tired. They wake up sore. They wake up not wanting to do it, but they do it anyway. That's discipline. Discipline is what gets you up at 4 a.m. when every muscle in your body is screaming at you to stay in bed. Discipline is what makes you lace up your shoes and hit the pavement when your mind is feeding you every excuse to quit. Discipline is what separates the ones who just talk about being great from the ones who actually become great. You won't rely on motivation? Good luck. Because the moment things get hard, motivation disappears. The moment life punches you in the mouth, Motivation won't save you, but discipline keeps you in the fight. Most people wait until they feel like it. They wait for the perfect conditions. Let me tell you something. The perfect conditions don't exist. The only thing that matters is what you do when you don't feel like it. What you do when it's inconvenient, when it's painful, when it sucks. Because that's where growth happens. That's where you separate yourself from the weak-minded, excuse-making, comfort-chasing crowd. And so stop chasing motivation. Stop waiting for that right moment. Build the discipline to show up every damn day, no matter what, because at the end of the day, discipline is what builds the savage. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Let me break it down for you. Comfort is killing you. It's making you weak. It's keeping you average. You sit in your warm bed, eat your easy meals, take your smooth little path through life, and wonder why you feel stuck. Because you're too damn comfortable. You think growth happens when everything is nice and easy? Hell no, growth happens when you're struggling, when you're suffering, when you're in pain, and you still find a way to keep moving forward. That's where the real change happens. But most people, they run from discomfort. They don't want to push past their limits. The second they feel a little pain, a little pressure, a little struggle, they fold. They look for an exit. They want an easier way. But let me tell you something. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. The only way to get stronger, tougher, better is to walk straight into the fire and embrace the burn. You want to be great? You better get used to being uncomfortable. You better get used to waking up early when your body begs for sleep. You better get used to training when your muscles are screaming. You better get used to pushing through the days when your mind is telling you to quit. Because discomfort is where you find out who you really are. Most people will never tap into their full potential because they refuse to suffer. They refuse to push past that breaking point. They stop the second things get hard. And that's why they stay the same. You want to be different? You want to be a savage? Then stop looking for comfort and start chasing discomfort. Because the pain is where the power is. Your mind is your biggest enemy. Let me tell you something. The most dangerous enemy you will ever face is in your own head. It's not the competition. It's not the critics. It's not the doubters. It's you. That weak little voice inside you that tells you to slow down, to quit, to stay comfortable. That voice is the thing standing between you and the person you're meant to be. Your mind is a liar. It will try to convince you that you've done enough when you haven't. It will try to tell you that you're too tired, that you can't go on, that you don't have what it takes. And most people believe it. Most people listen to that voice and fold. But here's what you need to understand. Your mind is a test. Every single day, it's testing you, trying to see if you're strong enough to push past its bullshit. And most people fail that test. They give in to their fears, their doubts, their excuses. They let their mind control them instead of mastering their mind. See, your brain is wired for survival, not for greatness. It wants to keep you safe, keep you comfortable, keep you in the same predictable routine. It doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares about keeping you from suffering. And that's exactly why you have to override it. You have to rewire your brain to seek discomfort. You have to train yourself to recognize when your mind is feeding you excuses and shut them down. When your mind says, I'm tired, you say, good, we're just getting started. When your mind says, I can't do this, you say, watch me. When your mind says, this is enough, you say, I've got more in the tank. Because the second you stop listening to that weak voice, you take control. You flip the script. You become the master of your own mind. And when you master your mind, you become unstoppable. Cut the excuses. Let me tell you something. Your excuses are the reason you're not where you want to be. You can lie to yourself all you want, but deep down, you know it's true. You say you want to be great. You say you want to change, but the second things get hard, here come the excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I wasn't born with talent. I had a rough childhood. I don't have the right resources. Shut that shit down. Excuses are nothing but lies you tell yourself to stay comfortable. They're a safety net for the weak, a way to justify not putting in the work. And the worst part, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your struggles. Nobody cares about your past. Nobody cares what obstacles are in your way. Because at the end of the day, You either get it done or you don't. That's the cold, hard truth. You think that people at the top got there because life was easy for them? Hell no. They got there because they stopped making excuses. They took whatever cards they were dealt and found a way to win. They didn't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They got up, they worked, and they made it happen. And that's exactly what you need to do. Stop blaming your circumstance. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for someone to come and hand you success. Because guess what? No one is coming. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the bullshit story you keep telling yourself about why you can't achieve them. So from this moment forward, cut the excuses. You don't have time to be weak. You've got work to do. Embrace the hardest path. Let me tell you something. The easy road leads nowhere. It might look tempting. It might feel safe, but the easy road is for the weak. It's for the people who settle, the people who tap out when things get tough, the people who would rather stay comfortable than become great. You want to be different? You want to be unstoppable? Then stop looking for the easy way and start choosing the hardest path every damn time. See, most people are programmed to avoid pain. They don't want struggle. They don't want discomfort. They want the shortcut, the hack, the way to success that doesn't hurt. But there is no hack. There is no shortcut. There is only the grind. And the grind is hard. It's supposed to be the hardest path is where you get stronger. It's where you separate yourself from the weak-minded excuse-making crowd. It's where you build resilience, mental toughness, and the kind of discipline that makes you unstoppable. Because when you take the hardest path, you stop fearing struggle. You stop backing down when life punches you in the mouth. You start embracing the pain, the failures, the setbacks, because you know every challenge is making you harder, sharper, better. And let me be clear, this isn't about talent. It's not about genetics. It's not about luck. It's about who's willing to suffer more. Who's willing to embrace the grind, the pain, the loneliness of doing what most people refuse to do. So the next time life gives you a choice, an easy road or a hard road, take the hard road every time, because the hardest path is where the real beasts are made. You can't pour from an empty cup. Let me tell you something. You can't help anyone if you're running on fumes. You can't be your best for your family, your team, your mission, or yourself if you're broken, exhausted, and burned out. But that's exactly what most people do. They give everything they've got to the world while leaving themselves with nothing. And then they wonder why they feel weak, why they feel lost, why they feel drained every damn day, because they never put themselves first. Listen, I'm not telling you to be selfish. I'm telling you to be smart. If you don't take care of yourself, you're no good to anyone. You think you can run at full speed without refueling? You think you can grind 24/7 without resetting? That's a one-way ticket to breaking down. People love to act like pushing until you collapse is some kind of badge of honor. But let me tell you something. There's a difference between being tough and being reckless. The toughest people in the world know when to step back, recharge, and come back stronger. They don't run themselves into the ground. They know their body, their mind, their limits. Because this game isn't just about how hard you can push. It's about how long you can last. You've got to make time for yourself. You've got to protect your energy, your focus, your health. You've got to sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and fuel your spirit. That means discipline in every area: your sleep, your nutrition, your recovery, your mindset. Because if you don't, you'll burn out before you even reach the starting line. Most people don't get this. They run themselves into the ground trying to take care of everyone else, trying to meet everyone else's expectations, trying to be everything for everybody. But here's the truth. If you fall apart, nobody's coming to fix you. That's on you. So stop pouring from an empty cup. Fill yourself up first. Get yourself right. Take care of your mind, your body, your spirit. And when you're full, when you're strong, when you're at your best, that's when you can truly show up for others. Make yourself your priority. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing: you. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you to success. No one is going to put in the work for you. You have to make yourself your number one priority. That means cutting the excuses. That means shutting down that weak voice in your head that tells you to quit. That means choosing discipline over motivation, because motivation is weak. It won't carry you when things get tough. It means embracing discomfort, seeking out the hardest path and pushing past the pain when every part of you wants to stop, because that's where real growth happens. And it means taking care of yourself, your mind, your body, your energy, so that you have the strength to keep going. You can't help anyone. You can't achieve anything if you're running on empty. You come first. Most people will never do this. Will keep waiting, keep making excuses, keep looking for the easy way. But not you. You're different. You know the truth now. And once you know it, you can't unhear it. It's on you now. So stop waiting, stop doubting, start executing. Make yourself your priority, and I guarantee you will become unstoppable.